So chat, fun news. It's still just Spire this week. There is no new dungeon. It seems to be on a 2-week rotation because the other 2 Spire weapons are available this week. God damn it. We have been prepped. Like, we're ready. We're ready for ghosts. Like, we were fully ready to go. But looks like the Emissary has 2 new quests for the Hollow Foil of Liminal Vigil and, oh, Exotic Selection. Complete Rite of the 9 dungeon in any mode. And then there's a quest for Liminal Vigil. That's it.
So what I'm hearing is I took a walk and a shower for nothing.
Yeah, basically.
You're also like a human with like health needs.
Yeah, that was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing.
That's so crazy.
It is still just Spire the Watcher.
That's so crazy.
Dude, I swear to God, man. They said it'd be a weekly rotation. Why would they not confirm this shit?
Rotation.
Hmm?
They did say that.
Why? And so many people were asking them on Twitter, like, "Hey, can you confirm this, please?" Like,
I asked myself.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like replied to DMG myself.
Yeah,
asking about
like,
it.
I saw so many people fucking ask, like, "Hey, can you confirm if this is launching? Yes or no?" And they've just said nothing. And I was thinking earlier today, like, if they've said nothing, that's entirely because the answer is the bad one, and they don't want to say it.
Usually.
That's literally it. It's just because they know it's the bad answer. Oh, Ultimatum has attrition this time, by the way.
Attrition? They changed the modifier?
Yeah, there's a different modifier on it. It's attrition now this week. I don't know what it was last
the health
week,
one?
but yeah. Oh, and Eternity mode has haste, which is the standing still slowly deals damage.
Boy.
You.
Yeah.
They just gave the same dungeon worse modifiers!
Yeah. So, no dungeon this week, actually. Well, do we just want to do an Ultimatum Spire? I know, like, we've literally made all of our loadouts for fucking ghosts, but, like...
Yeah, I'm not gonna, like, undo my ghost.
No, I'm not, I'm
now.
keeping those loadouts, yeah.
Yeah. Let's... I don't know. What if we do Ultimatum Spire on different characters than our mains?
No.
Like, I play Titan.
No.
Because I don't want to get rid of my Warlock loadout.
No, I mean, I'm just making my loadouts in each encounter. Like, I do not care enough.
Joe, I'll play Warlock if you want to play something else. Granted, I still have no update, so who knows when I'll be able to play anyway.
Yeah. Well, this is goofy.
Man, that's shit. What are the weekly raids and dungeons?
Alright, is Master Ghost available this week? We can do a Master Ghost of the Deep, if it is available. Hold on. No, it's not. It's not.
No, it's Pit and...
It's Spire and Pit for, dungeons, and it's Root and, Root and what? Am I blind? Oh, Deepstone. Root and Deepstone for raids.
Ooh, Deepstone, my favorite. My favorite.
Maybe we could run Master Root with people this week.
Yeah. We could do a Master Root, like, right now. I feel like there's enough people on.
Yeah, what do you mean? We have 3 right here.
That's so true.
Well, you want a trio Master Root?
That's so true that that's a possibility, but I really don't want to override my ghost loadouts. And
I'm
yes,
not-
I know about
Bro, you
dim
have other
chat.
characters. You have dim, like.
I know. It's just look. I have this like I got like a whole like a thing going. I got a thing going.
All right, use your words. Come on, what are you saying?
I got a thing going.
I mean, yeah, I hear you, but like that doesn't mean anything at all.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything, man.
I'll save him a 10. Shit
I mean, or you
ass.
can just use a different character, bro.
I could use a different character.
I also have 4 loadout slots entirely open that I'm not using for this dungeon, so like I'm just overriding those. Those are for prophecy, but like I don't care enough.
So this I can probably override. This I'll never override. This I'll never override. This I'll never override. These stay. These stay. I have like 2 that I can change without like
You're so
being mad. I'll play Titan. I'll play Titan. I'm gonna play Titan.
My game's still nothing.
But I use Finality's Augur, the meta DPS weapon.
That shit is not meta.
That shit is not meta.
There's
It's pretty,
barely any DPS in the picture there.
it's so pretty.
If you have a damage phase that's 214 seconds, you can get all your reserves off and go for it.
Mm.
That's all you need, 214.
How have I defeated 269 enemies with that gun? I feel like I haven't used it that much.
I just like shot the turret around in patrol when you first got it.
Yeah. So are we gonna do like a trio master? I'm down, but I'm also down to do like a regular master with like 6 people. Because I think there's enough people on that we could like pull in some fools.
What's the fucking surges on Master? Hold on.
Oh yeah, I kinda just went down
Shotgun
the stairs.
Void Strand. Ugh. Is Ghost out yet? I'm not seeing it in the director. No, Bungie played us. There's nothing this week. There's nothing new to do apart from like 2 quests that just ask you to do Spire again. So no, there's nothing.
Really unfortunate.
It'll probably be Ghosts next week, cause we have both of the other weapon quests available this week. We had 2 last week. So it'll probably be Ghost of the Deep next week. And the fact that Bungie didn't say anything about this and that they refused to confirm or deny whether this was true is truly why I hate this company.
Real.
Like, genuinely. It's so easy for them to just tell us when something is launching, and they just choose not to. Dude, the entire fucking content creator community on Twitter just going like, what the fuck, man? At least in Pantheon, we had something every week.
Well,
I just really don't get why it wouldn't be each week. I think it's so troll.
I mean, the weapon quests, if you look at the Triumph, are clearly like spaced out because there's what 9 or 10 weeks till Edge of Fate.
There's 9 weeks. It was
So
9
that's meant
weeks
to be
in total.
one-
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is probably just to like keep us playing the damn game.
I mean, we
Yeah,
won't
that's,
though.
like,
Like, I'm gonna be logging
actually-
off for the rest of this week.
Exactly. Like that's clearly established as like horrible logic and like does not work.
Yeah, the Pantheon, they had some shit every week. Like they had a new difficulty every week that had 1 or 2 new encounters, and that was like an
the
8-week
content
event.
gating is like has already been like clearly established as like nobody likes that shit. It's like fucking horrible practice, and they still
They
just
also
do it
did
over
say
and over.
like
I don't.
the week we
disagree.
have this set for, Spire will be the featured dungeon, and they'll
Yeah.
rotate on like a rolling basis.
That is like actually how they first introduced the ship.
That is the exact quote. And I was looking at this earlier today, and I wrote it down somewhere. Where is it? Yeah, the exact quote was, quote, "During the week that we have this set for, Spire is the featured dungeon, so there's going to be one of these dungeons featured during each week of the event on a sort of rolling basis." That's the...
Sort of.
Yeah, exactly. Then that's what fucking pisses me off, because the sort of is exactly what they meant by it's not actually weekly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
100%, the community management team is, like, ripping their hair out right now, because they probably wanted to say this.
Yep.
But they're not allowed
Absolutely,
to,
I guess.
because now everyone's logging into the game to check if something's there. They might look at, oh, there's new stuff in Eververse, and then they log off, right?
I'm so curious, like, what the hierarchy of decisions there is.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's certain things where the community / social media team is allowed to be not just liberal with the information they give, but like personally expressive. And then there's other times like this where it feels like they're absolutely like for sure confirmed
Oh,
being told not to say something.
actually, I'm lying to you all. It is going to be 3 weeks, not 2 weeks. Because the message that popped up when you opened the game said quests for a Dungeon Exotic and Holofoil Liminal Vigil are now available. The Terminus Horizon quest is not yet out. So it'll probably be Terminus Horizon next week. And then Ghost of the Deep after. Which means that we only have 3 weeks to play Prophecy.
Alright, well, I'm pretty sure that means I'm not even going to be able to be here for some or both of the next 2 launches.
Dude.
Onion! Where's Onion?
It's going to be in 2 weeks now?
Probably, yeah.
So not next week.
My
but the week
my
after
guess is
will be
not
Ghost.
next week. The thing is, they probably won't fucking tell us, right?
No, hey, but we have enough information.
Yeah, we
Like,
have enough
this-
info that it's going to be 2 more weeks of Spire.
The reliable Destiny 2 Twitter user that I was paying attention to was correct. So that means two more weeks of Spire, including this one. So it's not this week, not next week. Week after is Ghosts. Then probably 2 more weeks of Ghosts, and then Prophecy.
So it's going to be the 27th?
Let me look. Yeah, the 27th.
Yep.
Okay, actually get back the night before.
The night before. Huge.
Sick.
So I'm going to be like really, really, really exhausted. And I'm going to be on like nighttime sleep schedule. So it's going to be like really terrible. But I can at least
Hey,
participate in
here's
it.
the thing. At least it's going to be Master Ghost of the Deep next week.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
We
So,
can-
like, at least we can get some
Early, but-
practice in Master Ghosts next week.
I like particularly want to explore damage strats on both bosses.
Yeah.
Like, I think what we have definitely works, but I just want to see if we can find like some reliable different approaches that we find that are better, or if we just find that what we have is what we should do.
Yeah.
But man,
I would
dude,
be. Yeah. It sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I will get
Unfortunate. We will.
next Tuesday, which is like when Master Ghost launches, will be like the only day I can play until the Ghost release.
Yeah.
Right.
So I guess we can test stuff like on Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm down.
And then I leave the 21st, and then I get back. So
So what are we thinking? We could run back Contest Spire. We could do a master run of some sort. We
I'm
could
down
do
to
a
run
trio
back
DST.
Contest
Don't
Spire
have
since we
enough
need to
yet.
do it for the fucking quests anyway.
Fair enough.
I
Wait, and
somehow
are-
still don't have an update. Just saying.
Yeah, that's insane.
I really fucking hope that there's not going to be maintenance when Ghost of the Deep comes out. What was even in... Did they even, like, post patch notes anywhere?
It was probably like a shadow fix of something, because there's... I don't... If
Oh,
you go
no.
on...
They did have patch notes. Rite in the
Okay.
Inspire the Watcher. Fix an issue where defeating Perseus did not count for the first Watch and Elegant Arsenal quests. Fix an issue where proper rewards were not dropping from the final chests. For Nightfalls, they fixed an issue where Grandmaster's Sunless Cell didn't offer a pinnacle. They fixed an issue where the Cade's Fate mission in Timeline Reflections didn't actually progress Timeline Reflections, and they fixed an issue where Ionic Sentry didn't chain lightnings. That's it. That's what they did this week.
Well, so... I feel like there also might have been a shadow patch of some sort. So do you remember how we saw that info about prophecy with that screenshot? Like, the Reddit post?
Huh?
About the mechanic. Somebody somehow
yeah.
got into prophecy. Yeah.
Yeah, and
So-
we had like two screenshots of like them in Final Boss, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Thank you for the sub, Vaughn. Appreciate you, big boy.
Although your biggest fan.
Yeah. So there's currently, if you look at Emblem Report, there's, what is it, 68? Yeah, there's 68 people that have both the Prophecy emblem and the Ghost of the Deep emblem.
You're
for Red
fucking
of the
with me,
Nine.
right?
Well, that's for Eternity difficulty. That's not for Ultimate. So 68 people.
Yeah, so those are all
And-
cheaters who've launched into an activity early.
Yeah, I think so. Well, hold on. Let me like put the two side by side and see if it's the same 68 people. I feel like it has to be.
Probably.
So I grab this. Vaughn, there's no ghosts. Bungie has time gated us once again.
Well, what does all this have to do with shadow patching?
Well, hacks don't get you into activities that haven't launched yet.
Yes, they do.
Like,
Yeah, they do.
they do?
They do.
Okay. Well, then, never mind. Fuck me in the ass.
Yeah. No, that
It
cheaters
is the same
cheaters can
people.
launch activities that are in the game but do not have a launch button yet.
Yeah, it's almost the same 68 people. There's a couple differences. I will not
Like-
be saying their names because that's naming and shaming, and that's
Like
against TOS.
those people were also able to launch into like Contest of Vault of Glass early. They were able to launch Sunless Cell on week 1 of Heresy. Like the entirety of the Sunless Cell strike was like there was video footage of the entire thing on day 1 of Heresy.
I do remember that.
Yeah. And that's exactly how, because cheaters can just unless the activity is like fully encrypted, cheaters can just launch into it. And the only time they encrypt new activities is with a new raid or a dungeon, or with the like chess puzzle from earlier this season. They
Yeah.
encrypted that too. But otherwise, they never do.
Damn.
Sorry, chat. I know y'all were probably excited to watch us like lock the fuck in. We were all locked the fuck in and ready to go.
Not me. I'm slacking.
Yeah, bro.
But there's nothing. So
Yeah, I'm a just chatting streamer now.
Oh,
You guys like things?
yeah, that's okay, dude. Look, I regularly do
ever
like
do
3-hour
activities?
yapping streams. Let me give you a lesson on what not to do. Step 1, that.
Hey, you guys got like uncles or something?
What the fuck?
Just like the worst conversation starters ever. You know, Carson is scared of bald people because his bald uncle tried to drown him.
What?
That's at least what he says to me. He could be talking out his ass. which respectfully is something that has happened before. I do have reason to believe that he like actually is kind of scared of bald people, though. So I believe it. Like I've seen him like behave differently in the presence of a bald person.
Did I listen to the Edge of Fate OST snippets Bresci made? First of all, I am extremely good friends with Bresci, but second of all, yes, I was watching the stream. Of course I did.
That I have re-listened to tracks 5, 6, and 7 so many times.
Track 7, dude. When
Track 7.
When the path popped up at the start, I about started crying. And that was on stream. Like, I was streaming already, like, just listening to them.
Mm-hmm. She's gone.
Yeah, what was that?
Huh?
She's gone.
Is she DC?
Did I?
No.
You went MIA.
You just stopped talking.
I just stopped talking because I looked at something.
By the way, speaking of Bresci, I don't know if either of you follow at D2 Confessions.
Yeah, I saw that. I sent that to Owen going, damn, I didn't know you and Atlex were different people.
Yeah, okay. So somebody went to D2 Confessions for context chat and said, Bresci, Atlex, and Owen Spence hold the Destiny community together like Atlas holds the sky. So, first piece of context for those of you who are unfamiliar, Bresci and Atlex have for a while ran the Destiny Music Archive channel. I believe it's ran by someone else now.
It's run by Liam now, yeah. Bresci still occasionally helps with stuff, but Liam does most of the posting there. Owen is also just like a consultant on that. But like they're both Bresci used to lead the archival effort of the community, and Owen was very much a like at the top of a lot of people making like fan-made music and shit like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So and they're still like active in the D2 music community.
Yeah, very much so. Shout out to the Last City Radio server.
Real!
Y'all should jump in there if you have any sort of passion for D2 music.
Big up Last City Radio.
But two really funny things about this Destiny 2 Confessions post. Thing one is that Atlex and Owen Spence are the same person.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm wondering what level of observation would lead somebody to look at the names, but also not, like, it was probably a slash. It was probably like a forward slash between Atlex and Owen.
Yeah.
In a description of a video that led a person to say this, but it's like, I don't know. It's just very funny that some like, oh, they hold the Destiny community together. It's like it's the same guy. It's like, oh yeah,
it's one fucking guy.
My friend Barack and former President Obama, they're like really similar, and they're both, they like did some war crimes, but they have like pretty good personalities, like they're just really chill dudes. It's like, oh, that platypus in the top hat over there, yeah, he's just like my friend,
like
what's his name, Perry? Yeah. It's like, I don't know. I'm not good at metaphors, so I'm gonna move on to the second point, which is
it shows.
Which is, if you scroll down, there's suddenly, who would have expected in the D2 community? Oh, haters? Haters popping out of fucking where?
It's not even haters, it's just people going, who?
Okay, well, I feel like who the actual fuck are any of these people has a little bit.
Okay, true, that does have a bit of an edge to it.
That's got the Gatorade on it. 12 hours ago, at Goose7625, says, isn't Owen Spence that Xbox Goss ego farmer?
I saw that!
Which is, like, so fucking funny.
Dude, Owen is, like, the last person that I know who would be, like, a raid ego farmer.
I literally 0% chance that person is a Goss ego farmer.
What are y'all trying to say about Goss?
Look, buddy. I have bad news. I have bad news. Okay. You want me to sugarcoat it? I'll sugarcoat it for you, like real thick.
What?
Here's the sugarcoated version. Goss is a great wonderful, lovely raid that I love. There you go. There's your sugar-coated bad news.
I'll give you a non-sugar-coated version. I think Goss sucks ass, like majorly.
Oh no, it's not that bad.
Yeah, no, it is actually. I am personally offended every single time I have to think about Ghost of the Deep. Every single time I have to think about Garden of Salvation.
No, I'm bothered when I think about Ghost of the Deep. Because I'm gonna think about this to make me sad.
Yeah, no, that's true. I'm quite bothered when I think about this.
Yo, 28 minutes. I get the first notification that D2 has an update.
28
Crazy.
minutes, dude.
Like actually
Teams would have
so
fucking
close.
cleared by now. Like, actually.
So,
What the fuck?
PlayStation has a really interesting track record because while they push their updates 28 minutes late, they have occasionally been known to post their expansions 5 to 6 days early.
And their trailers multiple days early.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vaughn, so next week will also be Spire. So I think it's 3 weeks of each, because if I recall, it's 10 weeks from the launch of Rite of the Nine.
It's either
to
10 or
Edge of
9.
Fate.
Yeah.
I think it's 10. I'm pretty sure I counted 10.
I think it is 10, so it'll be 3 for each, and then 2 for the, like, dungeon gauntlet.
That would be 11.
Focused on extrasolar colonization efforts.
333 is 9 plus 2
Oh,
is
right, no,
11.
333 plus 1 week for the dungeon gauntlet, yeah.
Yeah.
For something more than
Yeah, so I think we are looking at the 27th for Ghosts of the Deep, and then the 17th for Prophecy.
I think so,
17,
yeah.
24, 1, and then the 8th of July will be the final week into the 15th when Edge of Fate launches. Yes.
Oh god.
So it's 27th and then the 17th, we believe. There's a couple people on Twitter, like one of Scaro's raid teammates and another creator that I know that is like Bungie official and does races, and they both seemed to be very, very, very convinced that this was the scenario, but didn't really provide evidence, which is why I was skeptical.
Yeah.
I wasn't even skeptical, because it's like, they're reliable sources. I was just like, I don't know.
It's
just
crazy
like,
that
why
Bungie
not
probably told this to
explain?
creators, but
No, because there's plenty of like big name creators that were like fooled. If you look, like, I think Fallout said something, Scaro said something that was very like it implied that they were not expecting, or rather,
I mean,
think
Scaro wasn't
said
even
something
live,
along the
was he?
line- No, well, he said something along the lines of like, it's never like sucked more to be right. You know, so like he had a hunch but wasn't sure. But for the record, as far as him not being live, he just goes live like immediately as he's jumping into the thing. Generally, I don't know if he even has a starting soon screen.
well, if you're streaming on YouTube, you do have to make a thumbnail in waiting room, so that's not really how that works.
Oh.
Like, you do have to prepare a little bit.
I have not streamed on YouTube, so I don't know about that.
Yeah, like, I had to make a thumbnail in a waiting room earlier today. Because otherwise you're just going to stream to something with, like, a default title and default thumbnail. Which is horrible for reach. And I'm assuming a creator as successful as Scaro would know about that.
Yeah, he knows.
I'm just fucking soloing Explorer mode now, dude. Just to have my hands do something.
Chief says there are many things wrong with Goss. Chief, what do you think is wrong with Goss?
How long do you have?
Chief's gonna be like TS PMO PMO TS Saibow. Oh, Angus, do I need to turn the other people up?
You
need to
you
turn the
always
Discord-
need to turn the other people up. Every time I watch your stream, we're all so fucking quiet.
Well, there was an issue previously where I was too quiet. Okay, so I'm turning Discord up. Like, can you guys let's use this valuable time for an audio check. So like, chat, give me like continuous feedback here.
Hey
I'll
guys,
start, like, shooting
Jellyback
the game.
Joe is a very cool person, and you should all use your. Did you know about Twitch Prime?
Hey now. Hey now.
You're an all-star.
Okay.
Get your gay on. Go play.
So, okay, Angus, if you go to your normal 20% volume, I'm quiet as well. Okay, so here's the problem, is I currently have my microphone of just me speaking set to 500%.
Do you have a compressor on your mic?
Like, software compressor or hardware compressor?
Literally either.
It's using the tower's
Software,
rays to connect
probably,
with
I have to
installations
check.
across Seoul.
Let me see where I would even go for this. But that's the thing, like, I don't want to take any of the filtering off, because there's, like, a fan in my immediate vicinity that I cannot turn off.
Yeah, so I'm assuming you have a noise gate and everything on, then put the compressor after the noise gate.
Look at you, this production. Hold on.
Yeah, I do this shit for a living,
I
man.
know, yeah, I know. But hold on.
This is the shit I do. It's like the one thing
Let's
I know how to
see.
do.
Let's see. How do I even find this shit? Properties. No, filters. I want filters.
Filters. I don't know if there's a compressor built into OBS, is the thing. Like, I don't
Okay, I have noise suppression, 3-band equalizer, and compressor.
Okay, so you do have a 3-band oof.
In that order. God. Chat, will I ever learn how compression works?
The simplest thing about compression, like the simplest way to explain it, is just it makes all the quiet stuff louder and all the louder stuff quieter. That's a horrific...
You bring the whole... You make the entire thing louder by bringing the loud parts down to meet the quiet parts and then bringing it all up.
Basically, yes. Yeah, that is what a compressor does.
I'm contacting!
Like contacting Destiny servers?
Yes. No, I'm contacting alien life so they can take me away to a planet where Ghosts of the Deep dropped today.
True! Alright,
Okay.
chat, I'm about to one-phase the shit out of ArtsVenos.
So noise suppression just has one setting, which is asking me if I want good quality, more CPU usage, or low CPU usage, low quality.
So the built-in
I
noise
don't think
suppression of OBS is dog shit.
Okay.
Like, the best thing that you can do is have some sort of VST that does it, and then use, God, what the fuck's the name of it? It's like it's like a plugin that allows you to put, VSTs into OBS.
Okay, so that's not something I can do immediately.
That's
anything...
something I can help you set up.
Okay.
If you
That's
just need to
appreciated.
make yourself louder, if you just need to make people louder, what you can do is right-click on any audio source and then go to Advanced Properties and then boost the decibels even higher than that.
Hold on. So I'm going to... Oh, Advanced Audio Properties.
Advanced yeah.
Yeah,
and
I've been
then-
here. I've been to this menu a million times. Okay.
Yeah, and then in terms of volume, you can go like above 0 dB. So you can set it to like plus 10 or something if you want.
It's not currently listed as dB for me. It's listed as volume as a percentage.
Right.
And I have my own mic set to 500%.
Is that the maximum it'll let you go?
Nope. Let's try 600%. Chat, get ready. 3, 2, 1. Testing, testing, testing. 600%. I see my audio peaking in the yellow area now instead of at the top of the green. How is this? I can also turn Discord up if the teammates...
Hello?
What mic do I have that doesn't sound right? It's blue. It says blue on it. I inherited it. I did not purchase this mic for myself. It came into my possession. and it was better than the mic I had.
Shit, I just lost all my
Yeah,
special.
I
God
guess.
damn it. Okay, chat, the one phase might not be happening. Hello, lag spike, holy shit.
This is crazy. This Ghosts of the Deep situation is crazy. So if the entire stream is quiet, isn't there a master volume I can just turn up?
I don't know, actually. There might be. Oh, that was so close to a one phase if I didn't have lag spikes. God damn it.
Audio. There's gotta be just like a master volume. Like if it's balanced, I just turn the whole thing up. But I don't know if it's balanced because I've gotten conflicting feedback on that as well.
What's my take on Renegades? I think it is a badly done sellout-like move so
Damn.
that Bungie can hopefully try and get a bit more publicity out to people who aren't already playing Destiny, because they are attracting so few new players that this is their last resort to try and get a couple new ones in. They got that offer from Star Wars, and they should not have taken that, because they are going to probably damage Destiny's story integrity a little bit just to shoehorn all of that in. I don't trust them when they say that it'll be a definitively Destiny story, and that it's just inspired by Star Wars. Because you can be inspired by Star Wars without putting Lucasfilm on the fucking trailer.
Not if you don't want to get sued.
Okay, then tell me how Stormcaller is in Destiny.
Different.
No, it's not. It's taking in.
It's so different.
Everyone who
have
sees
you watched
Storm.
the Bife video?
I have, and I disagree with him.
Okay. I agree. I think I'm on the same page as Bife with this. Like
I'm on,
almost entirely.
I'm on the
I would not
page
be
of
that
they can
person.
probably do something cool with it, but they didn't need to do it like this. Because now, like, I think I draw the line at putting lightsabers in Destiny. That's, I think, where I draw the line. Like, taking inspiration from the setting and everything, sure, but, like, I already think it's immersion breaking to have a... I think the fact that I can do a raid with someone in a fucking Darth Vader armor set, I already think is, like, way too fucking immersion breaking for this game. I have not liked
that's
any...
also what Bife said, just so you know.
Yeah, I know.
Like, the aesthetic crossover is... I agree, is where the line should be drawn, despite
Yeah,
the fact
but,
that
like-
I do like looking like General Grievous.
Yeah, but, like, the aesthetic crossover is exactly what it is. It's not a story crossover, it's an aesthetic crossover.
Okay.
And if the line should be drawn at an aesthetic crossover, then Renegade should not exist. Because Renegades is ultimately an aesthetic crossover. They're putting lightsabers in Destiny. They're going to, like, very explicitly, like, Star Wars-esque environments. They are straight up putting Star Wars armor in the game. And they charge you an extra $20 for it, because if they just charge $80 for the expansions, they don't make enough money. So they make an extra ultimate bundle so that if you want a new exotic that's actually pretty good, you have to fucking take extra $20 out of your pocket, which is even scummier.
I just think there's a little more, like, as far as why they might be making the decision, obviously, yes, it does have, like, explicit financial and player-based benefits to a certain degree, and that is just, like, something that transparently comes with something like that, and that, like, I just don't know how close it is to, like, a survival move as opposed to a just make more money. Right? Because it's like...
Oh, it probably is a survival move.
In the case that it is a survival move, it's like, do what you need to do. I like this game. I like raids and dungeons. I like the things that you can do in here that other games don't offer.
You
So,
know what
like,
I think if it's a survival move? I think you probably shouldn't have let it get to this point because you have had thousands of
Oh.
opportunities to make sure that it did not
Yeah,
get to this
no
point, and you
shit.
squandered all of them. At some point, you
shit.
don't deserve another chance.
Well, but who doesn't deserve another chance? The CEO who was making shit decisions
Yeah.
that the rest of the employees had to follow, or the rest of the employees that are like tied to that person in terms of their livelihood?
It's not the fault of the employees, but like someone's got to take accountability eventually, and that has to be the CEO by dissolving the
Okay.
studio. And
But
that
do we think that's going to happen in a
I do.
realistic, like
Yeah.
being realist?
I do.
You do think that's going to happen?
I think if Marathon doesn't have a incredible launch, I do not think they will be able to finish the Fate Saga. And that's
I
genuine.
don't think Marathon's going to have an incredible launch. I think
No,
it's
I
going
don't.
to have a better launch than people are expecting.
It's gonna be like decent, but it's not gonna have a Helldivers 2 launch.
Like, I will say this like very, very clearly in terms of somebody who like played a decent bit and had sessions where I was having an absolute blast, and had other sessions where I was like, this game is ass. It is so much more fun to play than it is to watch.
Oh, I'm
Like,
sure. Yeah.
incredibly so. It is way, 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 way better once you like get the initial learning curve of like what is going on in this game and you actually play it. So I think with a certain amount of, because like they've heard the feedback on the art style, they've heard the feedback on the clunkiness of the controls, right, and of the general like movement and gameplay. Those two things are things that Bungie, I think, has succeeded in the past on their previous endeavors pretty consistently. So they're going to hear that feedback. They're going to respond to it. The alpha build that we got was like 8 months before launch, right? Because it was 2 months. It was constructed 2 months prior to us playing it.
Sure.
I think there's a lot of time for them to fix some of the glaring issues, and people tend to forget that an alpha is not marketing, it is a playtest. A beta could be marketing to some degree, but an alpha is absolutely, like, we were playtesters. So it's not, like, I don't know. There's a lot of, like, I don't want to say misplaced frustration, because it's like, there's not really anywhere else to place it, but at the same time it's just kind of like at any given time you can choose to stop giving your time or money to the company, and at any time after that you can choose to start doing it again.
Yeah, but
So
like
it just doesn't, like, I don't want to.
I don't
really
wish
wanna,
ill
like-
upon the people
No,
at
of course
Bungie.
not.
I don't wish
Of
ill
course
on the
not.
Destiny team. I want Destiny to thrive. That's why I'm playing right now. Because I
course.
enjoy, like, the things I enjoy about this game, day one raids, day one dungeons, are unmatched anywhere else in the gaming space. Like, I
Right.
love doing them. However, I have also seen myself give $100 to Bungie every single year for the last decade. Obviously, like, the amount of money has changed each year slightly because not all expansions cost the same, yada yada, but you get the idea. Like, I have been giving
Right.
this company money every single year, and I can't personally say that, when I did do that and, like, pre-ordered an entire year's worth of content, that that year worth of content went the way that I hoped or expected it to go. Because every single time that they charge me for a full year of content, and they go like, oh, you should buy the deluxe edition because it has everything type shit. One of those releases is genuinely horrible, and they probably, like, internally, they probably know that it's not great. I don't think any of these developers are, like, stupid. I think any developer who looked at, for example, what's happened this week with Rite of the Nine, that there's no dungeon, I think any person at Bungie who was working on this event would know that that would not go over well.
Agreed.
They're not stupid. But those decisions get made anyway, and it doesn't matter who makes them, because my experience as a player is worse because of it. And if I'm now saying to Bungie, okay, not only do you get my $80 for these 2 expansions in the next year, but you get an extra $20 for an exotic and an armor set that I don't want. Like, I cannot guarantee that this game is gonna be of good quality in 2 months. And Bungie has never given me the confidence that it will be. And over the years, that confidence has only grown lower. Like, you cannot guarantee the state of Destiny 2 months from now. That has been my biggest issue. And when Bungie says absolutely nothing, they have no communication, they don't respond to people's questions, and then the result ends up being the exact thing people were fearing and why they were asking questions about it, that just tells me that the entire studio, or whoever is in charge of those things, is ignorant. And that is not something or someone I want to spend my money on.
I think that's absolutely fair. Not gonna go against a single thing that you said there, because that's all extremely reasonable.
Yeah.
I just specifically the idea of Renegades being like a sellout move. I don't know, because if they gotta survive.
It's probably a necessary sellout move, but I don't think that they have the right to make that sellout move. Like,
what do you mean? What would you have them do instead? Right now, without changing the past, only changing the present, what would you have them do?
Okay. They've just finished their saga, right? They finished a decade-long saga in a pretty satisfying way, all things considered. Like, obviously, the game itself didn't become much better because of it, but they finished their saga narratively in a pretty decent way, right? And they're starting a new saga. They've done like a year of epilogues that have been received mixed. But, you know, new saga, that's gonna, like, you know, grab a new bunch of people in, hopefully. They're gonna be able to set up new things. My issue is if you don't think that you can set up a new multiple year-long story without so heavily employing an already existing and successful IP, that tells me that you do not trust yourself as a writer.
What if it is, instead of a we can do this or can't do this question, what if it is a this might succeed versus this will succeed question? Because if you're being tactical, if you're responsible for a studio in that regard, like, why would you take a chance on something like, because for example, you know, Witch Queen and Final Shape, I think, were 2 really, really well done expansions that had a lot of successes, drastically more than they had failures.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
still,
I'd say so.
There were certain things that financially did not meet the metrics there, right? Like, the whole discussion of like why the layoffs had happened, and they had basically set up a studio that was trying to, you know,
sure, but that's not due to the quality of the expansions that they didn't meet sales expectations.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, hold on. That's the point that I'm making. If you just give me a second. So, if the quality of the expansion itself, no matter how high, does not guarantee what is happening to my character, does not guarantee a success financially speaking, then why not do the thing that does guarantee financial success, which is, you know, people like to make their character look like a fucking stormtrooper, right? Like, you could come out with the best, like, okay, perfect example.
I raise you. Why not do the thing that would guarantee financial success and actually make it reasonable for new players to get into your game? Because those people are going to see that Star Wars thing and go, oh, that's cool, and they're going to load up Destiny, they're going to launch into the Cosmodrome, they're going to be, what the fuck am I doing? And then they're going to see the portal screen with like 20,000 different activities, all with no reason why they should go play any of them, and they're going to log back off, because the new player experience in this game, even if they add a new UI screen on top of it, that's not going to fix it, and those people are just going to leave again. It's why you see when a new expansion comes out, there's like 300,000 concurrent players, and 2 weeks later that number is back down to under 100,000, because all of those people have finished the campaign and don't know what to do and have quit the game. I don't think the success in Destiny lies in selling out, giving more microtransactions, making expansions more expensive, being more stingy with how you sell things to players. What's gonna make this game more successful is actually making sure that new players can get into your game, because right now, you have a pool that is leaking, but no new water is coming in. And it's that tide is slowly going down until there's no players left. And every time a bit of new water comes in, there might be a little bit, but it's leaking more water than is entering, constantly. And that's been the case for the last, 6 years. So, what do you do to fix that? What do you do to fix that is spend a year making the new player experience more bearable. You know all of us motherfuckers are gonna play whatever Bungie releases anyway. It doesn't matter if, the expansion is a bit smaller. Most people will probably log on, and even if they don't, they'll at least attract some new players who have, 8 years of content to play through.
So, I totally agree. New player experience has to be better, and it's a major thing keeping the player base from growing. There's absolutely a huge barrier to entry. Generally speaking, how do we know how long those other canceled and relocated games have been under construction?
I know Payback was in development since about right after the launch of Beyond Light, when Luke Smith handed over the game directorship to Joe Blackburn. Because then Luke Smith and Mark Noseworthy went on to work on that game, so that started development early 2021 and got canceled mid 2024, right as those layoffs happened, right before the final shape. So, and that wouldn't have been a Destiny 3, for the record. That would have just been a spin-off. But that got canceled. We know Matter got canceled. We know there's a bunch of other small incubation projects that got canceled. But to the best of my knowledge, there was never a Destiny 3, ever. Which...
Yeah.
I don't think there needs to be one. I'm still in the camp, you do not need a sequel. They would have... the fact that over the last, 6 years, especially ever since the removal of the Red War, there has been nothing to replace it is baffling to me. Genuinely, mind-boggling that there has been nothing to replace that. That, new players, they do not have an introduction to the game. A new player introduction does not exist. Whatever, mid-excuse for an introduction there is currently is not sufficient. And I think every single person who has ever played Destiny, especially people who have joined the community since then, will agree to that. That, the new player experience is not sufficient. You need to have an experienced player with you at all times when you're starting out, or you need to be a big fan of doing a bunch of research yourself and, going onto the internet, watching videos, reading a bunch of different descriptions and reading a bunch of different things to learn what you actually need to do in this game. But unless you're someone like that, you're probably going to quit this game within a week because you have no idea what you're doing. And especially since the barrier to entry of this game is free, people will download it and they will delete it as quickly as they downloaded it if they are not interested. Because it costs you nothing to try it, and it costs you nothing to delete it.
Yeah, I think that's all fair. And I really, really hope that they come out with some improvements to the new player experience with Edge of Fate.
Been asking for 6 years. The portal is not the answer. I know they pretend like it is, but it isn't. It's just going to be a different, confusing UI screen for people.
Sorry, I have to catch up on... There's, chat people chiming in on this conversation, so hold on.
Yeah, me too. I've just been ranting. The portal is sucking immersion out? Yeah, exactly. I mean, the map still exists,
the director is
but,
still available.
Yeah, sure, but, clearly they don't want people to use the director. They want people to use the new portal so that they can push whatever activities they want people to play onto those players.
Also, Kimani, you in yet?
What?
Did the update finish yet for you?
Yeah, but then I had to take a shit.
Real.
Okay.
I also have to take a shit, but on a video game company.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I am getting some insane lag spikes today. My god. You know what, maybe I am glad that Ghost isn't today.
I mean, I would have been like 30 minutes late, so.
Yeah. We just gotta hope that there's no maintenance when Ghost does go live.
Like,
I remember this being an issue back with Pantheon as well.
yeah.
Hi Arcs, welcome in. We're all being mad.
I'm not mad.
No, I'm just disappointed.
Now I'm really shocked no one wished you Happy Mother's Day.
Why? Because I had such a fucking attitude just now?
No, that's such a parental thing
Oh.
that I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Dude, the amount of
That's
DMs
like-
that I got after tweeting that, just going Happy Mother's Day, was so funny. Because it totally does not fit my actual attitude.
See what the Germans are saying. I have so many Germans in my chat right now. Hi, Germans. It's
Oh my
two.
god,
I
hi
have two of
Germans,
them.
hi.
Destiny as a
Dude.
game is so sluggish with polishing and overhauling of older content. Yeah. No, totally. That's agreed, Paul. Yeah. That's the thing, is like I feel like it's an information issue partially.
Oh, it is,
right?
yeah.
Like
I don't think the activities are
they could
badly
absolutely-
designed. I think it's just badly communicated.
here, Cayman, you were making a comparison a while ago to like the League stuff, because doesn't League give you like percentages about like weapon or like ability values?
Oh yeah, they give you numbers about
Oh,
everything.
everything. And it's
Yeah.
not even just it tells you like what the value is, it also tells you exactly how it's calculated so that you can see like this spell does magic damage with this base value and then scales with this % of your ability power.
Okay.
Or this % of your HP or whatever, and it tells you like it breaks down every single specific part just by hovering over it.
So here's my immediate thought, and I'm sure somebody at Bungie has had this idea, is open up a new room in the tower and call it the Tower Library. And there's a database you can go to.
No, because
In
you're just
that
gonna
you
make
can-
people read. They're not gonna want to do that.
It should just be on the fucking
It
perks
should just be in the
themselves.
game. There should be missions.
Sure, that
In
too.
which you
but
need to do
any
all
of
of
it
this.
works.
Yeah.
Any of it works. I just want a
I
percentage
don't
to
think
be
any of
there.
that works. I think having to go to the tower and fly in to figure out how something's calculated is fucking terrible.
I know
Okay.
there's third-party tools available that like show you all of this. Dude, I need a
But some
what
things
the
are like
fuck
too
kind of lag
complicated and
spikes
people
are
like
happening,
can't figure
man?
it out.
I need to check my task manager. Like, what the fuck is doing this? Because like this is unplayable.
The computer can tell that you're unsatisfied and it's feeding your energy back to you.
I don't care that I die. I'm in explorer mode.
Is this open? Yes. Okay. Well, I want a library in the tower for different reasons, but I understand the concern.
Yeah, occasionally my stream decides, or my OBS just decides to go to 100% CPU usage, like every 10 seconds.
So where is this shit? I'm like really bad at the Presage crash compactor, bro.
You doing presage?
Yeah, it's just I'm about to fucking die in the trash compactor like a chump. So I don't know where any of this shit is. Where's the third one?
Rosa, out of the Rite of the 9 dungeons, which one has your favorite soundtrack? Prophecy, then Spire, then Ghosts.
This is ass. I refuse to die. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh yeah, I meant to get back to... Angus posted something a while ago. He said, so not to attack Rosa, but just out of interest in the train of thought, was it okay to put tessellation behind the same paywall with Final Shape?
No.
Is the strong resentment towards the No Land Beyond paywall because this time the gun is good? There's no incentive behind having it other than self-made goals or FOMO, right?
So, my issue is with the idea of paywalling an exotic behind a deluxe edition. However, it was at least slightly less egregious last time because, like, it was the cheapest way to get all of those expansions, was to get that bundle. Now the cheapest way to get all of the expansions is an $80 bundle. It's not a $100 bundle, it's an $80 bundle. But they charge you a $20 extra to get the exotic and the armor set, and that's the only way to get that exotic, is by buying the more expensive bundle. At least previously, if you wanted all of the expansions, the cheapest way to get them was with the bundle that the exotic came with already. That's not the case this time. The cheapest way to get them now is by buying a more expensive bundle of all of the expansions. You would be cheaper off just buying the expansions. And that's my biggest issue, is that you have to pay extra to get the exotic this time. That wasn't the case last time. I still think it was predatory to force people into buying, like, a year of expansions that Bungie has not proven will be good or, like, will be interesting to each individual person. But at least, like, at any point you could upgrade, if, like, let's say, like, by, you know, the second or third season, you're like, okay, I've really liked, like, the idea of these seasons. I want to upgrade to, like, play all of them, then you can. I still think it's predatory, but not as bad. If that answers your question.
I'm being yelled at for not doing Trio Master Round. Are we doing this?
Not with the lag spikes I'm currently having, I'm not.
Damn.
I'm already suffering enough over here to Inspire. I'm almost done, to be fair. Bro, I can't fucking play with this, man.
I bet he's farming Corded Blades. He is farming Corded Blades. I could just solo Flawless Master Run.
Solo Flawless Master. I mean, it has been done.
Not funny.
This was a clever incision by the witness. A multi-front attack. Sabotage us.
I can't believe someone solo Flawless Ultimatum Spire.
Not done. Not yet.
Yeah.
What? Yeah,
Wait, has it been solo flawless too?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh
That-
fuck! Already? Goddamn! Because I know the first solo happened like last night.
No, that was solo Flawless.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
I mean,
crazy.
the damage strat is like the cheesiest shit ever in the game's history.
Oh yeah, no, it's just spawn a bunch of ammo bricks behind you with Alethanim and then just spam rockets.
I think that's fucking cringe.
I mean, it works. I don't think there'd be many other ways to hit that solo, to be fair.
Yeah, like, in my opinion, if you're not, like, cheating and you do it, it's, like, goated. That's my stance.
Wait, do you get the pre-order exotics with the base DLC when it releases? Do you? I thought that shit's locked behind the Ultimate Edition, or at least the Catalyst is, like, locked behind the Ultimate Edition, right?
I'm not sure about specifically the exotic weapon and its catalyst.
Wait, you can fucking get the Gallarhorn Catalyst from the... What? Why? Is it because Prophecy
There's
doesn't
no-
have an exotic?
Yeah.
That's okay. Well, I mean, you can get a free Navigator, free Hierarchy of Needs, or a free Gallarhorn Catalyst. I'm gonna grab the Gallarhorn Catalyst, since I already have all three. From memory, you get the exotic in the season after.
Everything
Oh,
done,
wait, so you can,
everything.
Okay, I should get on my Warlock for that then, because I don't have the quest on this.
Why does emissary show
Or can
like
I
there's a
just-
quest? Okay, no, there isn't. Whoa, an adept long arm.
Chief said Chinese buff. I'm telling you, man, it's the era of the Eastern Hemisphere in Destiny 2. One of these days, we will have a Chinese team, world's first raid. Salty
People
Gruff
who
is
got-
shaking in his boots.
For people who got Bates, Witch Queen, Osteostriga dropped in Haunted for the yikes, dude. Yeah, and I mean, I'm even more upset because No Land Beyond is like, it's not like the best weapon of all time. It's definitely not something that I think will get a lot of use in like day one raids and shit. Like, I don't think it's that good, but it's just annoying.
The shader that is like made of blood that moves is up for Bright Dust, by the way.
I think I already got that. Alright, chat. I think, yeah, I that is actually a really good shader. I'm a big red and black enjoyer, so that one goes into my favorites. Well, at least there was something good this week. Where are you? There, favorite. Well, chat, I think I'm gonna end stream. Because there ain't too much to do this week. Should we get confirmation from Bungie that there is in fact a Ghost of the Deep release next week, we'll be doing it. But everything points towards Ghost of the Deep being available in 2 weeks from now, which would be on the 27th of May. So you can expect us to be there then, and then 3 weeks later, let's see, that's the 17th of June. So you can expect us to be there then. Sorry that today was so uninteresting. Oh, by the way, chat, for my chat, I'm gonna be on a friend stream in about an hour or two, by the name of Kelly Siren. She's a fantastic creator. She's doing a like 24-hour stream marathon. I'm gonna be popping in there in like an hour or two. Might be doing some music together with her singing, me playing some piano. We'll see, not sure yet. But I'll be linking that in my Discord whenever we're there. In fact, I can, for the people on Twitch, I can send y'all over to Kelly if she's already live, which I do think she is. Let me like triple check that. Yep, she is indeed live. She's playing she's doing Dead by Daylight currently with a few friends.
Eek. Red flag.
What?
Dead by Daylight? Red flag.
Shut up, she's awesome.
Yeah,
Bro.
I don't know this person.
So yeah, if you're on Twitch, I'll send y'all over. If you're on YouTube, I will put the link in the chat. So yeah, I might see you all there. If not, I will probably see you all on the stream somewhere this weekend. I'll figure out what to do. I don't have a very clear schedule currently because I'm locked the fuck in on commissions, but we'll see. So, yeah, chat, thank y'all for being here and crying with all of us together.
I didn't cry. I'm a tough guy.
Yeah. Sure thing, dude. All right. Talk to y'all later, chat. Bye.